probes, one lurker down to low health, photon cannons morphing in, one photon cannon almost complete. He's now got the lurker in. Bisu obviously does have the robotics facility up though, so his observer should be popping out soon. He's got the observatory up as well. Second photon cannon coming up. I don't think Yellow's going to be able to do too much more damage here. The photon cannon sees the lurker, one lurker gets taken down. Yellow moves the lurker out of range of the photon cannons, manages to kill another Zealot. He has done some economic damage to Bisu, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, guys. I'm really not sure. If Yellow had not been detected, had not had his tech detected, then Bisu perhaps would have had to play a little bit more cautiously, and perhaps would have played a slightly different game. But as it is, Yellow did manage to inflict some damage to Bisu's economy. But remember, Bisu has had that expansion running, so Bisu is going to feel he's in decent shape, and Yellow hasn't really been able to put another expansion down. Yellow, meanwhile, has got another lurker in at Bisu's Natural Expo. He's harassing that probe line. Bisu has managed to take out the lurker that was in his main. Yellow doing a good job of harassing with his lurkers, but I feel that these are more fly stings to Bisu. I feel these aren't really enough to knock out the Protoss player. Bisu's now going to be able to clear the lurkers out, and he's now secured his base, and I'm not sure if Yellow has killed enough probes. He did get one great probe shot off, but I'm not sure. He's now got his third hatchery up as well. He's still playing off the two bases. This is old school Zerg style play, and I'm just not sure if Yellow's mechanics are in from here on in, and whether he's secured enough of an advantage. It's really impossible to tell whether he's secured enough of an advantage here in terms of the economy and units to be able to hurt Bisu. Bisu's now got his ground force up and running. He's now pulling out a Corsair as well, taking out Yellow's overlords. Yellow looks like he's got a decent sized army there, comprised primarily of Hydralisks. He has slowed Bisu down obviously because Bisu was forced to change, forced to go the observer route. He doesn't have the kind of units he really needs to take out a bunch of Hydralisks. He doesn't have a robotic support bay. He does have a robotic support bay now, and Yellow has a very small window of opportunity here. He needs to attack. Yellow looks like he's going for another job. He's probably waiting for speed upgrade on those overlords, but if they get intercepted, Bisu only has a lone Corsair though, so I don't think Yellow's going to mind that too much. And those overlords are now moving, so it looks like Yellow's going for a big drop here with 4 overlords completely loaded up with units, and Bisu is not going to see this coming. He's got the one Corsair, and he's got the Reaver in his main as well as Zealots, and he does have his bases well defended. He's got about 4 cannons as well, so Yellow's going to have to play really well here. He's going to have to micro really well to inflict any serious damage. He's got 3 photon cannons, a Reaver, and about 6 or 7 Zealots in his main. Yellow dropping outside range of those photon cannons, but Bisu's going to be content to sit there and defend because Bisu does have the superior economy, and he knows he just has to hold his defense for long enough. Yellow now trying to find an avenue of attack. Bisu pushing out with the Reaver. He doesn't have a shuttle to protect that Reaver yet. Reaver shot going off, hitting a lot of, and Bisu's got Reavers on both sides. Yellow's forces are now sandwiched. Yellow in a little bit of trouble. Reaver coming out, and Bisu really playing cleverly here. Zealot getting taken out, but Yellow's holding the defense as well. And that Reaver is going to get intercepted. Yellow intercepts the Reaver. Bisu bringing the Reaver in for a shot. Yellow with perfect timing snipes the Reaver, reduces Bisu to 1. Bisu obviously doesn't have the shuttle yet because he's focused on the Reaver. Now the Zealots coming in, trying to use the Zealots to splash damage with lurkers. Yellow bringing in the observers for sight and to absorb some hits. Bisu losing more Zealots. Bisu's in trouble here, guys. Yellow's microing brilliantly in this fight against Bisu, and he's going to snipe a second Reaver as well. Both the Reavers get taken out, and Bisu's going to struggle to hold his defense now because Yellow's got more reinforcements coming in as well. Now he's going to be able to bring those lurkers in range of the photon cannons. One of the photon cannons is already down. The second photon cannon is down as well, and the lurkers are now the Hydralisks are now within range of the photon cannons. Both the photon cannons get taken out. Bisu forced to use the probes to come out against the lurkers. He manages to kill one of the lurkers. Yellow still has Hydralisks in his base as well. Now he's morphing one of the Hydralisks into lurkers. He's bringing more reinforcements as well to drop in. This is real old school StarCraft. Bisu has managed to take out most of the Hydralisks that Yellow had in his base, but Yellow's got reinforcements coming in, and he's got that egg hatching as well. Bisu's got the one Reaver coming out from his robotic support, from his robotics facility, from his Natural Expo, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to reach the main in time, and Yellow can't intercept it. Reaver shot by Bisu. This is critical, but Yellow picks up the Hydralisk into the observer. Lurker morphing Bisu. Great Reaver shot and Zealot attack. Takes out the Lurker before it can burrow, but Yellow counters and takes the Reaver down. Bisu with the Zealot. Zealot getting taken out as well. Yellow's continuing to pour reinforcements in. Bisu just doesn't have the production capacity. He's only gone the WUD gateway obviously because he was relying on his Reavers. Yellow continued to keep the pressure up on Bisu. Bisu not able to get a foothold and not able to get a defense. And Bisu might actually go down here to a shock upset against Yellow. This would be completely unbelievable because as I was trying to say to you guys before this action went crazy, I would never expect Yellow to beat Bisu simply because Yellow just doesn't have the practice. But you know what? This is one of the things I like about Korean Air Force. We often think as when players join the Korean Air Force team that it's time for their demise, it's time for them to stop playing. But actually, I think that it can be a little bit of a resurrection. It can be a little bit like visiting the fountain of youth for these players. Yellow now is going to take down Bisu's main. There's nothing he can do about it. Building's going down. The Nexus is about to go down. And the robotic support bay as well. Bisu's economy, any advantage he had, has been neutralized by Yellow. And Bisu is in severe trouble because Yellow is now going to be able to pincer him and attack from both sides. Bisu's not going to be able to present a united front to defend. Bisu's trying to do his multitasking skill, sending a couple of zealots. And it has to be said, Yellow with some great battle micro, keeping it a low economy game, not letting it get out of hand, not letting it turn into a huge macro fest, which I don't think he would have had a chance against Bisu's higher probably APM. But this is what I was talking about, because you've got a situation, Yellow, if he was in any team, when he was in KTF, I believe that was his last team, I can't remember exactly, but I think it was KTF his last team, he was not getting to play at all, because he just wasn't considered good enough. But on the Ace team, he is good enough, and he will get a chance to play on Korean Air Force Ace. And really, when you're not in form, when you're not performing well, you know, a lot of these old-timers, they've still got the talent, they've still got the skills, and what they just need is a chance to practice it at the top level. And that's what Yellow has had, playing week in, week out for Korean Air Force Ace. Even though he's been losing, even though he's been performing well, you can see that his level has been rising, to the point now where it looks like he's going to be able to take a game off Bisu himself. And it's just shocking for me, but it just shows you why Zerg fans fell in love with NCYellow all those seasons ago, just because he's so exciting and entertaining to watch, and he's not afraid to put it out there. And really, you can't blame him for it. You can't blame him for his choice of strategy, and an innovative choice of strategy. Okay, it's not new, it's been done before, it's been seen before, 2-hash lurker drop. But how often do you see that these days? Normally you would expect the Zerg to put that hashy down. That's not what Yellow did. Yellow now with the Hydralisk coming in from both sides, and Bisu's natural expo, which is his only surviving base, is in tatters. Yellow's going to clean this up, he's going to take this down. Bisu's defenses are gone, the Reaver's gone, the photon cannons are gone, the probes are gone. Bisu GG's! Yellow cements a historic victory. An absolutely historic, gigantic, mammoth victory for NCYellow, who even in his crew cut looks the business. And Bisu just cannot believe it. This is his third high-profile defeat in almost as many weeks. And Yellow high-fiving his buddies, and he deserves that. And guys, this game to me is a little bit reminiscent of Boxer versus Nalra. Yellow, with what would surely be considered a crazy strategy in today's timings, delivers the victory for his team, and you can see just the pride on his face. He is absolutely ecstatic, and Bisu is just gonna be so humiliated right now. You can't really blame him. I don't think Bisu did a lot wrong there. Except for the fact that maybe his photon cannons went up a little late. I think the moment he saw... I think Bisu was a little bit overconfident, to be honest. The moment he saw that Lair and Hydralisk Den in Yellow's main, he had to be expecting the lurker drop. He should have put a photon cannon in his main, and he waited too long. He didn't start those photon cannons till after he saw the actual drop. I guess he decided to reinforce his natural expo, and he just didn't think that Yellow would have the audacity and the sheer nutsoid to go for the drop in the main. But Yellow has surprised him, surprised us all, and achieved a great victory, guys. This is Klazart. What a fantastic game of StarCraft. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Thanks for listening, and look forward to me doing Savior's group in the MSL soon.